live tonight here from Harlingen CISD Aquatic Center. I'm Jacob Young. This is Real Sports Live, and we have the swim tri-meet for you today. Harlingen South, Brownsville, Hanna, and Weslaco are all going to compete in multiple events here tonight. First event for you, we will have the girls 200-yard medley relay, if I'm not mistaken. So this should be very interesting indeed. And here we go. We will be right back after this.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
An increase of 169 cases of COVID-19.
Hospitals continue receiving COVID-19 patients.
When the world needed you, did you rise to the occasion? Since the pandemic began, J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys have won over 700 personal injury cases and recovered millions for their clients. When others shut down, we continued fighting for victims of car accidents, work injuries, and 18-wheeler cases because we still believe in justice for all. J. Gonzalez.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats. Laguna Madre.
So back. So back live here as we're just about to get set for it. Should be an interesting girls 200-yard medley relay. Hanna and Harlingen South and also Brownsville Weslaco in the lanes as we are officially underway here tonight. Looking pretty good from everyone. It's going to be an interesting relay to say for sure. Back to it as we get set just about for the next swimmers. It's about in there, officially touches it and underway for part two. All three having a pretty good pace so far. So they go back around for the turn. Excuse me, two actually. Now to get to it, looks like Brownsville Hanna are in the lead. Check that, might be Harlingen. Yes, indeed, it's Harlingen South. There we go. Off the gate once again with a phenomenal pace. It's one of the short sprints, so you don't necessarily have to worry about the stamina too much. Off the turn. It's going to be a race back as they get ready once again. Brownsville Hannah still holding the lead, but let's go, making up a good amount. I think they will take the lead right at this turn. Goes back to it. We are in the freestyle just about here. Westaco taking a good lead. The final already off the turn. It's it across. And Westaco will take it. Westaco will take the first event for the girls' 200 yard medley relay. Great battle there. As we will head over to event number 2, which I believe that will be the boys' 200 yard medley relay. That will be Brownsville Hannah, and Harlingen South, as well as Westaco in the lanes. So 2 for Brownsville Hannah, I believe, and 1 for Harlingen South, and 1 for Westaco, as we are just about to get underway for the second event. And there we go. Underway. Good start on the left lane, closest to the camera. Already on the cross, getting ready for the second swimmer. That's Westaco. This is a team event here. On the breaststroke, gets it back on the turn. And Westaco showing a really good speed here early. We've also also South as well. 2 of them on different pace. Let's check that, actually, Brownsville Hannah. Ready on the way back. And across it goes on the second, the final part, actually. Off the turn, this is going to be a close one. It looks like it will be Brownsville Hannah, I believe, winning that event. So interesting start to that one. First 2 events are official. And then we'll move on to event number 3. This one will be a quick one as well. 200 yard freestyle. And it will be, of course, 2 heats here to move to the finals. Rosa Del Bosque in lane 2. Brianna Robinson, lane 4. Isabella Hinojosa, lane 5. And Ivy Hernandez, lane number 7. Del Bosque for Brownsville Hannah. Robinson for Harlingen South. And Hinojosa for Harlingen South. And Hernandez for Westaco. So that's going to be the interesting one for the event 3. Girls 200-yard freestyle once again. They will take their mark. And they're off. Quick start on the lane number 2. Off the turn. Very close to start. Looks like Del Bosque in the lead. Robinson right behind. Del Bosque still in the lead for Westlaco. Robinson still holding it close in second. Check that for Brownsville Hannah. Del Bosque, Brownsville Hannah. Robinson though right there. The final part it goes. Robinson for, Del goes for Brownsville Hannah, still in the lead. Robinson holding it close for Harlingen South in second. I've been saying the wrong schools for a bit, but that gets it back across on the opposite side. Well, Ivy Hernandez already making the turn though. Looks like she's taking a lead. Trying to read the leaderboard, but it's been pretty tough, and she finishes. So Ivy Hernandez looks to be the winner there. So a quick start for this event. Already down close to the second heat. Second heat will be Maldonado. Camila Maldonado. Hania Ojeda for Brownsville Hannah. And Camila Kunlu Lizada for Harlingen South. Jacqueline Bailey for Harlingen South. As far as Mia San Miguel for Westaco. And Bethany Chavilans for Westaco as well, believe, for this next event. We aren't done with this one though. for the next heat, to be exact. We're not done with this one in heat number 1 just yet. And officially finishes there. So leaderboard's going to be everything, and of course, as well as the heat times. It's just like a track meet in a sense, with exactly that. Swimmers for heat 2 officially get into the mark. And underway for the second heat of the 200-yard medley, or excuse me, freestyle. On the turn, looks like Kanlu in first place. Off the kick once again. Holding a firm pace early. All about patience and pacing yourself. Off the turn already, the first one to get the turn. Turn and the kick. So taking a commanding lead. Already on the way back. Just keeping that pace is always going to be key throughout the whole thing. Stamina as well can be key. First one to make it across on the kick. Still holding a steady pace. The first finisher, I believe it was Camille Kanlu of Harlingen South. I believe she will end up winning this one. And Jacqueline able to finish as well. So a huge event. Of course, yes, it's not all about positions here early of where you finish. It's about the time. So being in a competitive heat could sometimes help benefit you if you try and catch up with another swimmer, basically. So things like that can play a huge factor. Of course, the goal is to get to the final. So done with heat number 2. And I believe we will be moving on to event number 4, the boys 200-yard freestyle. The heat 1, we have Michael Kowalski from Brownsville, Hannah in lane 1. Julian Garcia in lane number 2 from Brownsville, Hannah, as we're underway. As well as well as Alexis Rodriguez and Frankie Rodriguez from Harlingen. South should be an interesting event here, with the 200-yard freestyle. You want to set the pace early that you might have a little bit of a cushion to maybe just slightly back off and save some energy for the end. Already on the way back in lane number 1, I believe that is Kowalski for Brownsville Hannah. Everybody running at different times. We're running at a different pace right now. Off the kick on the way back already, too. Couple of swimmers. Garcia J with a 1:31 from Brownsville Hannah. Off the kick. Very close race indeed from lane 1 and 2. And that's going to do it. Lane 1. Getting it done. I believe that's going to be Michael. That goes across. So an entertaining swim meet here to start it off. Going to be in heat number 2 very quickly here tonight for this event. So indeed, Kowalski able to win that one. I believe Michael Kowalski Garcia, second place with a 3:18.15. And lane 4, I believe, finishes third is Rodriguez. And Harlingen South 2:35.48. But we move on to heat number 2. We will indeed move on to heat number 2 here. Quentin Diesel, Jeremiah Levette, Justin Armstrong, Austin Scogan, and Ethan Krieger. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 7 are your lanes. Underway for heat number 2. Lane 1 getting a fantastic start. That, I believe, is Quentin Diesel. So able to touch the line first, or able to get the kick off first. Starting off with furious pace, trying to control the time. Levette second position. And Armstrong rounding out the top 3 from Harlingen South. So kick away still. Looks to be Diesel. Already on the way back. Talk about it, we've seen a lot of swimmers already be able to take that kind of pace in these heats. Remember, they're racing, basically they're racing themselves to try and get the best time possible for their pace to try to make it to the finals for heat. It's all about time. You're not just racing the people around you, you're racing the times of other heats as well. That is the case kind of tonight. Still Diesel though. The lead, Levette and Armstrong, your top 3. Could be getting this wrong. But indeed, that's going to finish it off. Diesel gets the fastest time in Heat 2, followed by Levette. Check that, actually, followed by Armstrong, then Levette. So I was reading that a little bit wrong. But the 200-yard IM, Mia Gonzalez, Anna Porzicki, and Daniela Gonzalez. And they're off once again. The next heat, only 3 swimmers using the middle of the pool. All Harlingen South. Interesting run there. Keeping it the same for a second. Looks like Mia Gonzalez in the lead on the kickback. Now on to the backstroke portion of this one. Gonzalez holding it steady, I believe. Porzicki in second. Yes, indeed. With Gonzalez rounding it out in third. Back already on the kick, they went. Holding it steady, same lanes, 3, 4, 5. That is the way that it stands. 1, 2, 3. Porzicki getting a little bit of a run now. Off the kick, that's going to be the most important part. Just almost even. Porzicki, I believe, just edging it out over Gonzalez. Off the kick. Very important turn. Looks like that was Porzicki who got the better of it. Now starting to increase her lead here in Heat 1. Heat 1 of 1 to be exact. And looks like it will be Porzicki once again taking the lead. Still second place is Gonzalez. And on to, I believe, the final stretch. One of the things that kind of used to with swim meets is when the final lap is, normally you would hear a bell. Off the turn onto the freestyle. This is where it's going to be interesting. Once again, Gonzalez with the opportunity to try to take the lead right back. It's going to be very close indeed. Looks like Gonzalez is taking it right back. And Gonzalez is going to win. Ziki right in second place. And Gonzalez rounds it out in third. For Heat 1 of 1. Very intense final part of that one. And we will move on to event 6. The boys 200 yard IM. And this one's going to be a bigger group. Heat 1 of 1. You have Yahir Jimenez Fuentes, now Jerry Rodriguez, Sander Trevino, Brownsville, Hannah for the first 4, and Wesco 8 lanes deep. Check that actually. 6 lanes deep, 1, 2, 5, 4, 5, and 7 and 8. The start, I believe they do the breaststroke first. Already starting it off the pace. Right in the middle lane, I believe that is Rodriguez. Setting pace here early. Already on the way back now off the backstroke for everybody. I believe Ricardo Rodriguez holding a steady lead early. Off the backstroke. Very spread out here now. A lot of times, especially near the middle of the race. Yes, time or the pace might slow down just a tiny bit, but you're saving up for that last boost. I know I've said that a lot, but it's just that way in swimming. Butterfly and breaststroke, that's what both of them are called. They were doing the butterfly before, my mistake, and this is, I believe, the breaststroke. So, interesting right here. Very close to it. Of Brownsville, Hannah. Still Ricardo Rodriguez. Right in the middle lane. Down lane number 5 right there. All the way already on freestyle. That's been the pace that he's been able to do throughout this whole race. Already in heat number 1, event number 6. The boys 200 yard IM. As everybody else now on the freestyle, he's going to finish. It's going to be a tight race for second just about. Or check that actually. Second place. What's to go? I believe it's going to be George Sonder. There in lane number 7. Indeed, it will be George Sonder who finishes. Last one still swimming. It's Alejandro Trevino. On the freestyle, so very interesting first 6 events already. And the heats just keep getting closer and closer. And that's going to be the end of event number 6. And moving on very quickly to event number 7. Heat 1, girls 50-yard freestyle. Mascaro, Rodriguez, Heap, McIntosh, Siller, and Guerra as we are underway for the 50-yard freestyle. This one's closer to more of a dash than anything. This is one where you kind of don't have to worry at all about, once again, that stamina, about really saving anything. It's about 2 times around. That's going to be it. That's how quickly it ends, just like that. Just once back. It's going to finish it off. So heat number 2 will get you the names quickly. Rosa Del Bosque. Del Bosque will be right back into it with Brownsville Hannah. Katia Martinez for Brownsville Hannah. Jenna Hardison for Harlingen South this time. Gwyneth Rodriguez and Emily Cortez and Ivy Hernandez. Harlingen South and 2 Westlacos to round it out. And that's exactly the names of them as we are already underway. Everybody trying to set the pace early. All about the sprint to the finish. Looks like in lane number 2, that looks like to be Martinez. It's gonna be close. Couldn't tell who won that one. But absolutely close finish indeed to end it. So that's going to be close. As close as they get here in these heats. Here tonight. The boys 50-yard freestyle heat 1. Brownsville Hannah will take the first 2 lanes. Wesco will take the last 2, 7 and 8 and 1 and 2. Luis Gomez in lane 1. Lorenzo Del Bosque in lane 2. Ethan Krieger lane 7 and Alejandro Trevino in lane number 8. Already underway and we're off for the finish. It looks to be Del Bosque with the win, and indeed 26-5-7 he will win that heat. A very quick lap indeed to get that. Leave heat number 2 quickly as well. Yair Jimenez, Ricardo Najera, Magdaleno Pereira, and Leaf Keating, and Noah Valadez, and Henry Sandler for heat number 2 in the boys 50-yard free. So 2 Brownsville Hannahs, 2 Harlingen Souths, and 2 Westlacos, lane 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. There they go. First part about this is everything. Have to get off to a good start on the first half of it. Off the turn. Looks like it's going to be close between 7 and 8 It's like Valadez and Sandler. And I believe it's going to be Valadez. Well, Westico able to get that one done. So Noah. And they will take a quick break to let everybody reset. We will take a break as well. Jake Young, this is Real Sports Live. It's interesting to call this for the first time ever. And when we return, we'll talk a little bit with it. But we will take a short break as well. I'm Jake Young, this is Real Sports Live. Don't go anywhere.
28 Westport Drive, Fort Mansfield, Texas.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
An increase of 169 cases of COVID-19.
Hospitals continue receiving COVID-19 patients.
When the world needed you, did you rise to the occasion? Since the pandemic began, J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys have won over 700 personal injury cases and recovered millions for their clients. When others shut down, we continued fighting for victims of car accidents, work injuries, and 18-wheeler cases because we still believe in justice for all. J. Gonzalez.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Fort Mansfield, Texas.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district.
Back live once again here as, well, they're still under break. About for 5 more minutes. I'm Jacob Young, this is Real Sports Live. Going to talk just a bit about this. And interesting, of course, we're going to go on to, not mistaken, event number 11. 2 girls, 100-yard butterfly coming up. It's going to be Isabella Hinojosa in lane 3, Camila Canalu Lizada in lane number 4, and Mia Gonzalez in lane number 5. Back all for Harlingen South. And that's just going to be one heat. And even in event 12 is going to be all Brownsville Hannah with the men's, the boys, 100-yard butterfly. So, back once again.
Rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
An increase of 160.
Back once again as we're just a couple of minutes away, 3 minutes away to be exact, till resuming. I'm Jake Young, this is Real Sports Live. And it's definitely been interesting so far here tonight. It's all heats, if I'm not mistaken. So this is going to be interesting. Once again, we go back to it. A couple of these actually say Heat 1 of 1 finals. And they have a couple of times, so I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm reading this correctly, Isabella Hinojosa for event 11, girls 100-yard butterfly for Harlingen South. Her seat time was 1:30. She'll choose lane 3. Canalu Lizada. Camila Canalu Lizada. Harlingen South, I believe, did a 1:01:45. That's the seed time. Mia Gonzalez, Harlingen South, 1:20, and that is once again the seed time. So interesting for sure to see what's going on with it. Two more events, 11, 12. Then, of course, we will go to the backside of my paper, and we got all the way through till 24 events, where we'll have the boys 400-yard freestyle relay. And the swimmers are being called to their blocks now officially. I believe we resume at event number 11, girls 100-yard butterfly. Isabella Hinojosa will be in lane number 3. So this event will be taking place further technically from the camera. And Kanalu Lizana in lane number 4 and lane number 5. Officially P. Mia Gonzalez. Start's going to be key. It's a 100-yard butterfly, so 2 times. Back and forth, to be exact. Back and forth once, and you'll go back and forth again, and that will be it. As, of course, we had the 50-yard freestyle, and that was just a almost shootout, kind of. So heat number 1 of 1 is what it says here. 3 swimmers, all from Harlingen South, underway. Set to go. Starting off with really good pace. Believe right there it was Kanalu Lizana and Gonzalez. Lizana taking the lead early. Gets it the touch and did the kick. Back across she goes. Second place looks to be Mia Gonzalez. Kanalu heads to the opposite side for the final time. Anita Hossa, Isabella Hinojosa in lane number 3. Putting it down in 3rd position. And how about that right there? Kanalu Lizana able to win this heat. Finished first place, great time. And we can tell by the seed time, so that's kind of what matters now, kind of getting into the rhythm of this and understanding it. But now, interestingly enough, we'll go to the boys' 100-yard butterfly. Very difficult event. Swimmers making it look easy out there as well. So we'll get ready, get you started for the boys' 100-yard butterfly. Joe Rodriguez, Michael Kowalski, and Juan Abarca, all from Brownsville, Hannah. The first 3 lanes is where they take it. And we begin underway. It's like lane 2 for the time being has, and that's Kowalski. Takes an early lead. Kick always very important, and made the turn quickly and keeps the pace going. Second place now is going to be Juan Abarca. And third place at the moment is Rodriguez. Kowalski already on the turn. Back to Abarca now with the turn as well. And Rodriguez still trying to get to the turn. But Michael Kowalski really setting the tone for this event. He's going to come down there. Only so much more to go. And we'll get the job done. First place in this event with the fastest time as well, which is very important, especially. Still waiting on one more finisher in event number 12 here, the boys 100-yard butterfly. Charles Rodriguez able to finish, and that will end event number 12. Event number 13 here coming up. That's going to be the girls 100-yard freestyle. Very exciting event. Basil Hanna take the first two lanes. That's going to be Lejos, Rodriguez, Heap, Rodriguez once again, Guerra, and Calderon. Claudia, Zayanara, Lorna, and Gwyneth, and also Brianna and Cadence as we're underway for the girls 100-yard freestyle. Very important off the kick. Looks like lane 1 has it quickly. That's going to be Claudia Alejos with the early lead up in lane number 1. But holding it close there, I believe lane number 4. That's going to be Lorna Heap. Already both on the turn to really set the pace with these heats. And for the final push, already for Alejos. Rounding the final part, and we'll end up getting the job done in this event. So to go, those second place are going to go to Lorna Heap, I believe. And that is going to do it for event number 13. We'll check that actually. We still have another heat to go. Heat number 2. That was just heat number 1. Clarissa Mascoro, Katia Martinez, Brianna Robinson, Megan McIntosh, Bethany, and Elisa Connor. And off we go. First part of this one, you talk about saving a little bit of energy and trying to push for that second part. Looks good from everybody at the moment. Lead though, that's going to be Katia Martinez. Martinez taking the early lead. Already on the turn for the final 50. Already on the turn, everybody not there just yet. And Katia Martinez in the final percent gets the job done and will win heat number 2 in event number 13, girls 100-yard freestyle A great job by everybody else here. Robinson. 4th place. 3rd was Panay. So when you check that, Connor. Lisa Connor gets 3rd, actually. So interesting heat right there. Boys 100-yard freestyle in event number 14. Underway once again. Quickly on the kick turn, 2nd lane. That's going to be Quentin Diesel. Off to the final 100. Rounding out for 2nd position. Looks to be Quentin Diesel. Or check that. Diesel leads. And Quentin Diesel. Massive time. What I meant to say there was Erna Avella. Looks like he will get a 2nd fastest time here in the heat number 1 of the boys 100-yard freestyle. Indeed will. Fantastic run there by everybody. It's been one event after the next, after the next, after the next has been the case here. So heat 2 of 2 for this event. Jeremiah Levette, Moises Hernandez, Justin Armstrong, Austin Scogan, Noah Valdez, and Nathan Parker. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 as they're underway. Lanes 3 and 6, I believe, are closed off. Early going. And on the way back, this one's going to be a much tighter heat. 7 and 8 so far. It's going to be Noah Valdez and Nathan Parker, with bringing up close to first, actually, with the pace. It's going to be, I believe, Moises Hernandez. Really close to it. But it won't be enough, as in lane 8, Nathan Parker takes it. Second place, Noah Valdez there. 1-2 for Westaco. Very tight race indeed. Armstrong 3rd, 4th place, Hernandez. So really close battle in the end. Gets that one in the books now. We'll go straight to event 17 now. Girls 200-yard freestyle relay. So that will be interesting as we'll go back and forth once again. One swimmer touches the wall, next one jumps in on the way back, and we're underway. Brownsville Hannah in lane 2. Harlingen South in lane number 4. Lane number 5 is Harlingen South as well, and Westaco rounds out 7 and 8. first 50. Already swimmers getting ready to jump in there. Lane 5 taking advantage of this one so far. That's going to be Harlingen South. All the way, already on the way back. And that's going to be it. Or check that actually. No, it's not going to be it. And indeed, that already coming back to it. I believe lane 5 once again. Harlingen South looks like they'll probably take this one. It's going to be interesting for second place though. So close with this one. And that's going to finish off event number 17 with the girls 200-yard freestyle relay. Boys 200-yard freestyle relay up next. Brownsville Hannah taking the first 2 lanes. Harlingen South only in lane number 4, and Westico taking the last 7 and 8 lanes. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. It's going to be very important. Of course, it's kind of a sprint. Every 50 meters is going to be a switch of swimmer. So they take their mark. We start this event up. Let's go seem to have the early edge. We'll see who comes out on top on the turn. And that does not look like them at all. Looks like Harlingen, Brownsville Hannah with the advantage here early. All the way on the exchange. Brownsville Hannah doing a great job. We're seeing Harlingen South doing a good job of just trying to take advantage. Early lead once again. Looks like second place though. Going to be close, it's going to be Westico. Quickly with the pace. That is going to be it. Actually have one more going across. Lane number 5. It's going to be, or lane number 4, I should say, Harlingen South. Oh, check that. Getting that wrong. Nope, I was correct. Yeah, Harlingen South indeed. Now to finish it off, Westico, lane number 8. Event number 19. Heat 1 of 2. Jillian Karzes and Lisa Connor. Lane 7 and 8. That's what it looks like. And then Heat 2 of 2 will show a much bigger range, as that's going to be 8 lane, or 6 lanes used to be exact, but Heat 1, or lane 1 all the way to 8. Because we have only 2 here for the 100-yard backstroke. So they will end up combining Heat 1 and 2. Two in Heat 1, but they will end up combining Heat 1 and 2. So now you have Anya Ojeda in lane number 1, Claudia Alejos in lane 2, Jacqueline Bali in lane 4, Daniela Gonzalez in lane 5. It's going to be interesting. And underway once again. One of the most important parts is the beginning, but now you talk about it. It is a 100-yard backstroke. So it is one time around. You don't have to worry about really saving anything. So the start was very crucial for anybody. Off the start, getting to it. It's going to be very close for it. Looks like lane number 5. That's going to be Daniela Gonzalez taking the quick lead. Close lead, but not for long, as it looks like lane. It's about lane number 6. I'm a little bit confused here as they did combine. Lane 6 is being used for this event, as well as lane 3, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be very close indeed. Able to take advantage, though, I believe, is Gonzalez. Bailey, though, actually, check that. Bailey gets it done. Jacqueline Bailey wins in lane number 4. Gets the fastest time. Now, once again, it's going to be the boys' 100-yard backstroke. This time will be Juan Barca, Zero Rodriguez. In Heat 1, they'll probably end up combining this one as well. because Heat 2 is Aaron Vela, Moises Hernandez, Magdaleno Pereira. Check that, actually. They're just going to make it Heat 1 this time. Juan Abarca and Joe Rodriguez. Underway. This is going to be a very interesting battle. Early lead gets a good start with the push-off, kind of. Was Juan Abarca. Takes a good lead. Off the kick and does it nicely. Just off the next side was Rodriguez. So Juan looks like he'll take this one. And still anything can happen with 50 to go. Or check that. Yeah, exactly, with 50 to go. 25 on this side, 25 on the next. Gets the kick off. And that's going to be Juan Abarca. He's going to try and cruise to the win here in Heat number 1 of the boys' 100-yard backstroke. Gerald Rodriguez, though. And that will do it for Heat number 1. We will move on to Heat number 2 here. Aaron Vela, Moises Hernandez, Magdaleno Pereira, Alexis Rodriguez, and Nathan Parker. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 7 are your lanes here tonight. Going to be very interesting to see what happens here. A backstroke, very important, 100 yards. You kind of have to take just a little bit of patience, a little bit of pace, just to save a little bit of stamina, to be exact, as we are back underway for the next event. Very good start by Rodriguez, Alexis Rodriguez there with a good start in Heat number 2, already on the opposite side. Just about to hit 50 yards to go for him. Second position, though, looking to be close to lane number 1. That's going to be Aaron Vela. Be back across. Third place, Miguel Hernandez. Or, Moises Hernandez. That will do it. Congratulations there to leave Rodriguez to get that one. Moving on to event number 21, a girls' 100-yard backstroke. That's Camila Maldonado, Anna Porzicki, Jenna Hardison, and Emily Guerra. Heat 1 of 1. Brownsville, Hannah, Harlingen South, and Westaco. Lanes 2, 4, 5, and 7. Underway. It is breaststroke is what they're doing here. Good start early. Starts I've noticed have been, if you don't necessarily have the best start, you will have to make it up and kind of waste a little bit of that energy for the end, for that last gasp almost. That's what I would say there. Early lead. Looks to be lane number 4. I believe that is Jenna Hardison. On the turn back, it's a very close race. Hardison and Prziki very close together. Harlingen South, both of them hold the 1-2 at the moment. On the turn. Looks like it's going to be Prziki. Anna Prziki with the lead, but really close to it is Jenna Hardison. That's going to be Prziki and Hardison to finish second. 1-2 for Harlingen South. Fight for third. That's going to go to Emily Guerra there. And Don Maldonado is going to finish 4th place. Underway here for the boys' 100-yard breaststroke. Excuse me. Ricardo Rodriguez, Mato Fuentes, and Henry Sander, as well as George Sander. Brownsville, Hannah, and Westaco in this one. Early lead for Ricardo Rodriguez. Down with about 50 to go. It's going to be very close here as it looks to be. Henry Sander in 2nd place. 3rd place not too far back. It's going to be big. Westaco trying to take that 3rd position away. Because that was George Sander as well. A final push. All to it. And it's going to be enough for Ricardo Rodriguez. George Sander finishes 2nd. And officially 3rd place will be Henry Sander. Or check that. Henry Sander finishes 2nd. George Sander finishes in 3rd. Mato Fuentes to round out your field here in event number 22. Getting close to the end here, 23 and 24. At least for the first part. Girls 400-yard freestyle relay. So it will be Brownsville Hannah in lane number 2. Harlingen South lane number 4. And Westaco will round out lane number 7 and lane number 8. Underway once more here. Early lead looks to be Westaco. Or check that actually. Looked to be not Westaco, Harlingen South. Going across. Here it is, the 400-yard freestyle relay. See him go at least about 5 times, if I'm not mistaken. We'll check that. It is a relay, though. The freestyle relay. Really lead a big gap here. So they started off. Back to it, so I believe they go 100 meters or 100 yards each. That was a good start from Harlingen South still. And the girls 400-yard freestyle. There we go. Relay. Across once again, second. Place is interesting. Battle very interesting indeed. Harlingen South still leading. Really was able to start off well, and you talk about it a lot. Just keeping kind of that same rhythm going from the start. I know Coach not long ago was talking about that when we had our first break to his team, especially from Harlingen South. You want to find that rhythm, all about that rhythm. So, something that I know a lot of these swimmers, it's kind of drilled into their brain about that. Harlingen South still lead at the checkpoint. Being able to put a good amount of pressure on it. Well, first place, Harlingen South. Second place, looks like Brownsville Hannah in this relay. The top two, lane 2 and 4. That's been the battle so far here tonight with this relay. Go for it, and that's going to be an exchange there. Harlingen South, I believe, might be on the last try. And Harlingen South and Brownsville Hannah, second place. Let's go round out third and fourth. Been a very close battle here so far. Brownsville Hannah kind of not being able to catch up too much to Harlingen South. Great pace throughout the 400-yard freestyle relay. And Harlingen South will take the first place with the time. Brownsville Hannah close second. To be fair, it was a very good battle. Harlingen South have really, they got well prepared. They've been dominant throughout this meet here, have won a lot of events, as well as Wesco a bit. Brownsville Hannah have been right there too. So it's been very even, very impressive. They each have their own specialty kind of for each of these meets almost, kind of. For each of the events, I should say. And that's going to finish off, just about finish off this event. As the final one will be the boys' 400-yard freestyle, at least on my page. That's what it says. Event number 24. Brownsville Hannah will have 1 and 2. Wesco will have lane number 7. For the boys' 400-yard freestyle relay coming up right next. Heat number 1 of 1. Brownsville Hannah hold the first 2 lanes, and the Wesco in lane number 7. Early good start from lane 2 of Brownsville Hannah. Wesco holding it up close to second. Very close indeed. The lane number 2 right now for Brownsville Hannah has it. They get across for 50. One more turn. 1 more 50 yards, I should say, and then will be the next swimmer. Basically 100 yards each swimmer here for the 400-yard freestyle relay. Last event of the night is this one. There we go, second swimmer for Brownsville Hannah already. Second swimmer for Wesco as well. Lane 2 has just been dominant so far. Will Hannah still hold the lead in lane number 2? It's a close one for second. Remember, this is all about times. It's been all heats. I don't believe that there are any finals out tonight. I think this is all a warm-up for Saturday. What a run it has been. Brownsville Hannah hold the 1 and 2. Let's go very close in third. Still holding the lead for Brownsville Hannah in lane number 2, I believe. There we go. We've on to the final 100. Very close to it for a second. Brownsville Hannah in lane number 1. Reminder for you all, on Rio Sports Live, we'll have a ton of games for you tomorrow, football and volleyball. Check Rio Sports Live, Twitter, and Facebook for more information on that. Close to, I believe, the last 50 for these swimmers. check that, actually. I was wrong on that one. But still, Brownsville handle lane 2 with the lead. And that's going to be it. Lane 2 of victors there. A race, I believe, for second place. It's going to be it, actually. Check that. Second place goes to Brownsville handle lane 1. And what's to go? We'll get the third time in this one. That looks to be the final event here from the Harlingen CISD Aquatic Center. But join us again this weekend and as well as tonight for more action here on Rio Sports Live. And that's going to be it. And I believe that will conclude this final event. We'll wait and see. And off of the 400. Or see yes, indeed, the 400 yard freestyle relay. First ever time covering this for Rio Sports Live. I know it was not the best, but only up from here. I believe that will do it. And I've been Jake Beeling. This has been a Rio Sports Live presentation. And until next time, adios.